I think the best way for us to do this is just to get right into it. Why wait around while we stand here and try and fill your ears with all these empty words when we can instead take a look at the Counter-Strike, the thing that we all came here to see. It's Astralis taking on Vitality. And without further ado, let's get into this pistol round.
Oh, the run boost, the fast play out of Spawn. Apex can't pick Dupree from the air, and he lands right at his feet. Great shot. ZywOo can't follow up. It's Nivera picking one kill from the heavens, and Magis has still made it towards hell. That info is granted to Vitality. They know he's here, and they heard ZywOo firing back. This time it hits. The ramp play comes through for Astralis. Nivera dropping out of heaven, and Bubsky trying to catch him. It's a messy shot. He can't kill him. Nivera with the kill, and the bomb drop, but Shocks with the flank from lower. It's Device down on B on his own with no bomb.
Man, it went from looking like such a good start, right, with the run boost to find the opener. But since then, almost everything coming up in favor of Team Vitality, so it is just Device. But as we mentioned, right, this is someone that we wanted to keep an eye on here. Armed with the P250 and a 1v3 on the plate. It's not going to happen. RPK extending forward is there to deal with him, and Vitality are going to get that pistol round locked on in. This is that run boost. Real nifty stuff to try and get this advantage early on. Dupree just jets onto the screen of Apex. He's not ready for it. That wasn't a Valorant reference either. That was a reference to the plane. There was actually, there's Jets, and then there's the character Jet.
Wow.
Who maybe is named after Jets. Who knows?
You've really broken that one down. But right now, it's Astralis who are broken. Glocks out. Nothing less, nothing more. No run boost galore. It's Apex spotting outside. They're going to try and wrap main quick by the looks of things. And he sees him at a range. Device flying in. Buys time for Glaive to cross, but into the FAMAS and MP9 he goes. Nivera dinked, but it doesn't matter as the round is clean as can be for Vitality. Nivera making a lot of money as well. It's cool that we have two of the, I don't even want to call them bench boys, maybe in the case of Bubsky more so than Nivera, but the sixth men playing this map of Nuke. Nivera, we've recently seen in this tournament the first time that he was added onto this map. And as said, Harry Mizuta, top-rated player of this event. Only 2 maps played, though. We'll see if he comes out later in this series. Right now, it's Astralis in with a gun round.
Yeah, an attempt at running bonus here from Vitality. Apex is getting aggressive outside. One of those smokes missed massively. There's just smokes everywhere outside. It's a free-for-all of smoke grenades. What is this? What's going on? Yeah, Device is like, wait, is someone there? And then he doesn't even realize that this is... You guys threw this. You did that. Oh. Well, still, they've dealt with Apex, right? You had the clash of the big brains, the clash of the IGLs outside, and Glaive came out on top. Device trying to edge his way across towards Secret. And no one's there peeking it, so even though every single one of those smokes misses, he's still able to get down and get this control that Astralis were looking for. Shocks on the corner, only with this MP9. But as mentioned, he's had a terrific tournament, and he's not looking to slow down. He mops up Device, not favored, and Glaive swung onto by ZywOo. That comes as a surprise, right? Device was able to get down Secret with no one contending him. So suddenly the presence of ZywOo outside puts the fear in Astralis. They go down the ramp in towards B, but guess who's already here, waiting in the wings? It's this dynamic duo of ZywOo and Shocks. ZywOo keeps it in the advantage of the Frenchman, and the SMGs do deliver. It's going to be 3 on the board for Vitality. And right now, Nivera, the man to lead this charge.
I like how much Vitality is just collapsing on Astralis, right? They're just hunting them down. We're seeing Shocks drop to B out of spawn in all of these rounds. Ramp has been open. Astralis have worked it out, at least. In the pistol, they got a bit of a flanking, but Shocks came up from B, and a similar case in this one as well. With the outside control given away, Shocks has to play lower, and Astralis, while they take that ramp room, they don't get much further. Pistols again. It's a really good start from Vitality. ZywOo spam the smoke. He knows they could be down the vent. No one is. Back and spawn is Magis, lining up smokes. Hopefully this time they will land. Let's keep our eyes on that, because Apex, he's got his eyes on the prize outside in Garage. Smokes once again. They look good. It's nice. Apex covered off in the garage, still tapping away. Device firing back as he sees the traces appear. And Nevera flash, but he's fully blinded by ZywOo. It lands in front of him. Bit of miscom for Vitality will cost them a kill and maybe a gun to be retrieved. It's in the edge of the smoke. Can Astralis go and grab it? Will they even look towards it as they just charge down towards lower with the smokes? Taking control. Apex is already here.
He hears all the footsteps, right? He knows exactly what lies on the other side of these doors. Shock set up with this crossfire now between him and Apex at the ramp, and there's even ZywOo here as well to help out. Now, Shox does try and get stuck in, and to his demise, suddenly it's a 4-on-5 for Astralis. You don't want to give these Danes a man advantage, because even though they've only got the pistol armor, they're not to be underestimated, man. This is Astralis. They're going back up the vent. They're trying to surprise RPK, but nothing surprises this famous king. The two remaining players are both here next door to Apex, and him and ZywOo are going to mop it up. It's 4 on the board for Vitality. That was a 3-on-4, and it ends with 2 surviving for the Frenchman. Yeah. RPK really delivering early on, right? It's very, very key that he gets away with that double there, because suddenly, you know, if he goes down, that rotation in towards the A bomb site is wide open, and then it's a bomb plant in, you know, what would have been potentially like a 3-on-2 scenario. And suddenly that's anyone's game, right? I don't think you're looking at Vitality as the clear favourites there. It's a big stuff from RPK.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gamble for Astralis, right? There's 2 on top, 1 on bottom. So actually, if they committed to B, they would have had a better chance. But Vitality don't fall for the fake. Now Astralis coming in with another buy round. It needs to be good because Shox has got that AWP as well. More smokes. ZywOo watching on the edge. Here they bloom. Glaive is going to go through towards main. ZywOo has no idea. Nevera with his back turn. Free kill for Glaive. He's going to double back. He knows ZywOo's outside, who just popped a flash. And Dupree has popped the face of Apex as RPK is cornered at the back of the site. Glaive running him down. And Dupree running through smokes as they dissipate. ZywOo with a kill. Surely not a 2v5, but Glaive has run back and been caught on his retreat. The bomb has been planted, but this retake is looking tantalizing for the Frenchman.
Oh, well, you say that, Hugo,
yeah,
but
not.
they're actually just hanging back. They're giving this one over to Astralis. They're letting them get away with it.
Money's not perfect, right? Like they could lose everyone here and still fully buy, but you're playing the long game here. You're respecting Astralis' post plants. They've got that top site, and even though it comes at a cost, that cost far greater for the French. I like that little smoke towards main as well, right? It's just wide enough that it gives a gap for Glaive to walk right through, and with no one watching it, was ZywOo just turning away at the wrong time. Exploited. Double AWP. That's why Vitality wanted to save. They got the big guns in. More smokes for Astralis. They delay them out of spawn by a few seconds. They know that teams like Vitality like to throw these Molotovs, maybe disrupt some spawn smokes, but not in this round. Mollies do come outside, but Astralis do not. They throw these smokes, it's all a fake. They know that Vitality have respected that information play. Shox spots him entering the lobby, and Nevera, he enters the lobby as well, pushed in for a kill. Apex is down in lower, confirming that no one is in B, and the bomb on Dupree spotted as he gets that pick.
Yeah, and that's going to cause the Astralis to just hit the go pedal. Out they go down through the vent and into Apex, man. He's not giving this one up. He locks in that round with ZywOo supporting from the heavens. And he cuts Astralis in half. 5-1 for Vitality. And if you haven't been keeping up with this Astralis squad, right, since we've had like Zip and Glaive come back into the roster, obviously Bubsky is the man to play here on Nuke over Zipnix, and you know a few people might question that, but when you look at like the stats for Astralis on Nuke, it kind of makes a bit more sense, right? Zip I think was 1-5 on this map with Astralis, whereas with Bubsky they're 6-1 in terms of victories, right? His stats might not always be amazing, but you got to remember CT side he's playing over towards ramp, so it's pretty common that like your ramp player player can either have like these lights out games where they're getting given a lot of these ramp rushes, they're getting given a lot of this aggression, or maybe like lobby crunches are working out really well, or you just have a completely silent game. No one really comes to you. You get 2 rounds where they push you and it's all 5 players, so the best you kind of do is like get a 2-for-1. But the stats are there, right? And they do lean in favor of Bubsky on this map.
Yeah, right there we see the danger of throwing fake smokes outside and still ending B. Teams often do that through the ramp room, for example, like throwing yard smokes and going through ramp. But the danger there is, while you often will draw like a ramp rotate out, there will be B players in ahead of time. There will be lower players ready for your take. And so Astralis walk right into Apex. That is a molly that gets rid of the smoke, bounces out, and it's not due to Astralis missing it. It's just Vitality and their early utility. So Astralis, they play the spawn smokes finally really, really fast, and it comes back to bite them. Glaive moves behind it, and he right-clicks one of his own. It's a bit of a weird buy for Astralis. They've got 2 AKs, 3 pistols. Broken, playing the eco half. Shox with the AWP on ramp with a very nice off angle. He can drop off after a shot here. Astralis waiting to contact play him. Glaive can't really fake B with no utility. He can keep that presence up as Apex watches, but here comes Shox with a shot that will miss to the bait peak of Astralis, and he retreats into lower.
So Astralis, they've got this ramp control, but they don't have anything else past it. They try and get down into B, and to their demise, Glaive with this lurk down through Secret from earlier on has secured a double and the AWP from it. As well as that, a chance at the B bomb plant with all 3 players coming in through this ramp room. However, that's not info that Glaive has. Instead, he's fighting. He's trying to deal with these players at ramp. ZywOo is moving in for the kill, and there he is with the deagle. Doesn't even use the AWP. ZywOo is 8-0, by the way. Still yet to die. As far as Astralis are concerned, this guy on the other side, this French prodigy, as it were, that you always hear about, is immortal right now. You actually cannot beat him.
Yeah, well-timed lurk from Glaive there. He pushed through Apex's molly. He used that to fade away and support Shox on ramp. He called that rush. And even though Glaive gets both backstab kills, it's after his entire team are dead. So a difficult round to do anything with no armor. 6-1. Astralis having trouble on the T side of Nuke, a rare case. But some great reactions and rotations from Vitality. Nevera taking risks as well. Oh, it's not punished. Little gap in that smoke catches Magisk through the door.
Look at him, mate. He's only got one hand on the keyboard, does Nevera. Styling. He's that chill. He's like, you know, joystick in one hand and chin in the other. Device creeping outside with this AWP, and maybe we get to see a little bit of that Device ZywOo head-to-head, because they are both outside with these AWPs. Nevera trying to steal ZywOo's thunder, trying to be the man that puts a stop to the outside play. We'll have to duck down, Secret. That flash is to set Nevera up. He does go peeking in, but Device is there, and now they get this info. We get to see the head-to-head. Device versus ZywOo on the outside cross. Shox is pushed into lobby in the meantime. Bubsky's the dead man walking, and that's him removed from the round. Glaive has opened up into A, but Shox was in the lobby, remember. This is info that they have, and there he is emerging from the hut. Wow. 7 on the board for Vitality. ZywOo never gets to meet the other AWP on the Astralis side outside. Still 8-0, still yet to die.
I just love how mobile Vitality are right now, right? Like, not just Nevera getting that shot in lobby and then dropping Vent to fight Secret with the flashes from hell, but Shox pushing in lobby in the mid-round once he knows Astralis have numbers outside. You know to expect Bubsky on these late lobby lurks, often sitting on T-roof, watching the ladder, or coming back in from spawn late. So he's yet to frag, and, well, Vitality barely dropping rounds, 7-1. Here's that big molly coming in. That's going to land on the rafters, glitching through the wall. Got B-esque. Lining up for a top hit. Astralis have forgotten the bomb. Are they going to go back for this? They have to. They're hitting this A site. They're playing for the plant. No one has it. Who's going to be that man? It's got to be Glaive, throwing fake utility outside. He's calling to stall things out, and now they have to. The smoke is down in hut. Astralis pulling the brakes. Either way, this is fine right now because those smokes are down and Vitality don't actually have a lower rotate for the first time all game. They're gambling that Astralis are not hitting B. The reads have just been perfection from Apex and co. They know this is an A hit, and even though they're double ramp, they're still triple top. And so this could be a perfect hold as Astralis set up with pistols.
It goes all that utility now. RPK, he is so blind, but as Molly it off, and now they try and go ramp into ZywOo, right? Shock's here as well. This is a terrifying duo to go running into. And it doesn't end well for Astralis. dupreeh and Device left in the 2v3, and look at ramp. It is swarmed by Vitality in an instant. The moment they get that bomb, ZywOo still flawless. This is up against Astralis for crying out loud. Oh my, 3 in that round. It's only up against the pistol and armor, right? But still, it's so clean, it's so crisp. And we've been dubbing this like the battle for #1, right? The chance for Astralis to reclaim that top spot. And if they were able to win this, you know, they're on that path. They've got that chance. The first placing in this event could edge them above Vitality. And Vitality are not looking to give that up. They're just not, man. This is so dominant.
It's like playing MM, like wherever you go, there's 3 players there. You're wondering how, why? They know we're going ramp, they know it's an A fake with that kind of set piece. Glaive, there's a barrel, Apex has seen it, he knows he's on the corner. Quick spray as Glaive switches weapons and he gets punished. dupreeh trying to trade, can Apex escape? Does he even want to as he sits behind red? Peeking out with a flash, another for Apex. The spray is finished off by dupreeh, who keeps things in a 3-on-3, but Apex has done some heavy lifting outside and it's still held by an orb. Not in Shox' hands, not in ZywOo's, it's in Nivera's. Everyone wielding this weapon today, although ZywOo is already dead from the yard, so picked up off the body. Still with Shoxy holding ramp. No one playing lower. They know for a change that Astralis haven't crossed outside. There's been no smokes with Apex's aggression pushing Astralis back. We're still fearful of more of that, but Vitality is sitting back and relaxing. There's only one man on this A site, RPK. We know how good he is at anchoring this top position, but Nivera is now coming for support, so RPK doesn't need to shine. It's Nivera with a double, pushing forward, chasing down Astralis, finally killed, but RPK keeps the round intact. And man, for such a new player to this level of competition, Nivera looks so confident, so ready to bring the fight to Astralis. He has just been taking door peaks round after round.
And here's the thing, right? Like, Astralis might have been the first people to try and grace us with this idea of having, like, an extended roster, you know? But I think the first team to really master it were Vitality. Yeah. And a lot of teams have followed in their footsteps, right, of this idea of, like, a map-based player rotation. You see Na'Vi doing it now with Bit. Astralis even following in that fashion, bringing Bubsky in to play Nuke. Astralis might have been the first step in that evolution, but Vitality were really the ones to drive it home. And you're already seeing, man, Nivera having so much more impact than the likes of Bubsky in this game. He's 0-9.
Worth noting as well, right, there's 2 different situations. Vitality's was far more decisive, like, we want this player, we want to add him to our roster. Astralis were going, oh, well, we're players taking breaks. We need to fill 5 players in a server right now. Get Snappy, get Yugi, get Estag, get Bubsky. And, you know, somewhat panic play, especially on those first 2 picks. But, you know, right now, it's not the roster that's the problem. Unless you're talking Vitality.
Yeah, and if you're holding out hope for this CT side, I tell you what, man, you need more than what Astralis have given us right now. They're never even making a dent. They're never even getting close. Apex has just dropped the bomb. Now you got this lower rotate. Magis with the Deagle gets bested by ZywOo's USP. Bubsky in with his chance, and there's the double up. He has been quiet all first half long. And that little 2-piece there was a 2v4, now gets very, very tantalizing for Astralis. Look at Device. This fight in the vent matters so much. ZywOo drops in and RPK follows. And piece by piece, that round is picked apart. Astralis, they finally come in with a second. They finally are able to break through this Vitality defense. And that was on just the partial buy as well, right? They were looking to invest in this round no matter what. So the fact that they get away with it now means that their money's overflowing. However, you know, if you are Astralis and you're looking at it at this point in time, however you want to try and get back into this game, it's going to be a grind, right? With all these rounds going in favor of Vitality, some of them very, very dominantly as well, the money is there for Vitality to reinvest. You don't get a freebie yet.
Yeah, double orbs back. None for Astralis. Running behind the smokes. ZywOo is already in B, but due to these smokes being down, he's not going to aggress any further, waiting for Astralis to come his way. A rare case of Astralis actually crossing players behind this utility, but it's only 2. The bomb is laid back, relaxed outside on Glaive. ZywOo 12-2. Can he find more? Astralis not running the gun down towards his B bomb site. Waiting for those fade on the smokes. Vitality see outside. They know there's no one there right now. There's a flash. ZywOo goes back in and catches Device with nades in his hand. So another pickup for Vitality, untradeable at that. dupreeh doesn't want to run into this AWP and so goes to help Glaive outside. Molotov to credit, smoke in main. Apex is looking to bring that pain, but it's only a bit of damage. dupreeh traded by the AWP. Nivera pushed in the heart. Again, this CT aggression on this top side has been fabulous for Nivera, and he even spotted a second player there. Glaive is coming in on a heaven wrap, but he needs this kill, and RPK will not allow it. It's Glaive in a clutch. Surely not.
Shox is so aware, man. He's just waiting. Glaive should be dead, and he is. Shox posted on the angle. It's 10 on the board for Vitality. And that's the thing, you know, like, if this matchup had taken place, you know, maybe like 10 months ago, you'd be looking at this and be like, yeah, Astralis, man, they're just gonna bang Vitality. Yeah, what? ZywOo's got to try and drop 60 to win a series. Well, that's been one of the massive changes, I think. One of the very, very apparent things is that ZywOo, in some of these games, can just end up being a non-factor where, like, yeah, you know, he gets some nice clips, but mainly he's getting beaten to the punchline by the rest of his team. Yeah. ZywOo is so often like one of these guys who's left in clutch situations alongside guys like Shoxy. And then from the rest of them, from RPK, you've got this incredibly solid anchor player who just won't give up an inch of ground. Nivera, as we see, is someone who's not afraid to push and prod, even a team like Astralis.
That's crazy.
And then you've got Apex, who, you know, as we know him as this wild entry fragger. ZywOo, there's a smoke there for crying out loud. And he doubles up through it. He don't see smokes. What is happening, ZywOo? I just said some games, you know, you don't even know he's there, but this one, oh, you really do. If you are Astralis, he has absolutely nailed them outside. And Device, the AWP on the other side of things, is left scratching his head. Where even is this CT AWP? He's trying to spot him, but now all he's done is tempt ZywOo in. That missed shot has now got ZywOo's attention. Device getting challenged from everywhere. Oh. He's trying to run away, and dupreeh will bail him out at the very, very least. It's now a 2v4. So far, ZywOo has been the undoing of Astralis in this round. And now we look towards dupreeh and Device, two of the big names for Astralis. What are they capable of? Can they turn this around? Well, they've lost dupreeh. ZywOo is now on for the ace. And it's just Device, that AWP on the other side. The man who's trying to navigate this one up through the vent, but waiting in heaven. Where there's one AWP, there's so often another. And there it is. Shoxy will deliver it. All 5 kills for Vitality coming off the back of those AWPs.
ZywOo is 17-2 right now, Harry. He cannot be stopped. There's a little gap. You can probably see feet right under that smoke. That's why ZywOo's hitting those first 2 shots. He finds, I think it was Bubsky on the fade as well. Like, yeah, smokes render differently on client than they do in spectator. Everyone sees them a little bit different, but that's just unreal for ZywOo. Absolutely beautiful work.
Here's the thing, man. Denmark, for the longest time, everyone had to sit and marvel at this Astralis team. Everyone had to go, man, like, yeah, we hate that they're winning and everything, but they're so good. You can't argue with it. Well, you know, it might be your turn now to do that with French Counter-Strike. It might be your turn to do that with Vitality, because they are dismantling Astralis right now. Nivera and Shoxy have absolutely wiped out this upper hit. Device left in the 1v5. They keep asking him to clutch, and he's always coming up short. Is Device pressured from main? There's the secret wrap, and Vitality 12-2 up at the end. 15 rounds now as we head into this final round of the half, and Vitality, they might just completely trample over the Danes in this one.
It's unreal how well Nivera is playing on this top site as well. When we saw him the other day, you know, playing his first Nuke game, he didn't look like a liability by any means, but he certainly didn't look this unleashed.
He wasn't this loud, was he? No. Like, you know, he had an all right job whenever they were coming to him, but he wasn't going to them. Whereas here versus Astralis, he's like, mate, I've been waiting my whole career to wreck these Danes. And now he's getting given that chance. ZywOo getting aggressive as well. Always repositioning. Always mobile. Always on his feet is ZywOo. And so he's taking this peeking through the hut. Now they are waiting for him, right? Bubsky's tucked into this close corner. Magis can trade from ramp as well, or at least that's the hope. But you are up against the guy who's 17-2, the guy who has smitten you down through smokes, on rushes, you name it. ZywOo has been delivering the goods. And so it feels like only a matter of time before we see him get activated in the hut.
Oh, Sharksy smoked off. There's 3 moving behind them this time around. ZywOo hasn't budged. He hasn't moved a muscle. Bubsky's very patient in this position, but eventually he's going to have to move out the corner. And will that cost him if ZywOo never gives up the angle? Nevera, here's the flash. Shocks with a blind shot. Glaive crossing, but not for long. One player made it down. Is that info apparent? Device is running, and there's the shot. Poor Bubsky picked apart as ZywOo finds a double. And Device, another 1 on 5. It feels like we've seen far too many and far too little out of this man. An impossible round to close the half. Vitality looking for 13 CT rounds on Astralis' map pick.
He's looking for anything, man. He'll take anything. Anything that Vitality are willing to give up. But RPK and Nevera, they hold their own. Vitality absolutely dominating Astralis right now. Astralis are barely even in this one. Are we about to see Vitality just trample through the Danes? The team that for the longest time were the best in the world. Well, there might be new challenges here as this first half is overwhelmingly French.
Myself in the mirror not so long ago, and I told me, do you know? I told me, do you know? All alone in your head, but you don't have to pretend that you will make a change, 'cause you don't wanna change. I'm gonna be real honest this time. I'm okay with it, I am more than fine. I'm gonna roll all less red dice now. Tell me I won't get out. Tell me I won't get out. I wanna walk the sky, alone among the stars, without forgetting who I was, or have to look back that far. And I don't want to forget who, get who. And are you just fucking
Well, I think Astralis is definitely known as the best team in CSGO history. Of course, they have really strong individualities, but what is the most visible and shocking when you watch an Astralis game, or definitely when you play against them, is the first of all, they always build like really nice game plan for themselves. They come into games really prepared, and yeah, once again, they are known for being like really solid players that are really like not doing a lot of mistakes. This is just the smartest team out there, I would say. Among the best team in the world, you have Vitality, you have Navi, but both of those teams, for example, are really like different. Even though Vitality is closer to Astralis than what we think, because everybody thinks about ZywOo and that kind of things. But Vitality is also a team that is really really strong as a team, as a unit.
Oh, it was about time that someone tried to give Astralis a taste of their own medicine, right? And this team, the Astralis squad, they dominated for years. They had their time in the spotlight. Well, now there's new challenges approaching in Vitality, and they're making a bit of a statement here. They really are embarrassing Astralis on their map pick. And it's just been lights out. It's been no contest. To say Astralis, they don't have a lot of room to work with here is an understatement. They've got nothing, mate. Vitality, very, very much commanding this game right now. There has been nothing that would have convinced you that Astralis can pull this back. And so in this second half, we need Astralis to play better than ever. That's what we need. That's what we're asking. And that is quite the demand to make. But Glaive has at least opened this round up. He's trying to set a bit of an example to the rest of his team. Look, if I can do it, I just need you guys to do it as well, and then we'll be good. But then there's Zywoo coming in with the side swipe, saying, nah, mate, get out of the A site. Him and Apex open up, and there's Nivera to close it out. Bomb now going down. Bobski and Device left in the 2v4. They've got no map control. They're both having to come in on these lengthy rotates up through Secret, and with this round going in favor of Vitality, that's how it's set to pan out, right? This would belong, this entire map would belong to Vitality. So for Device and Bobski, they've got to do the impossible. They've got to somehow pull back this 2v4, and they can't. They're writing it off already.
Every gamble, every stack, every setup avoided. Vitality, there are only 2 players on A. Astralis with a pick, with a 5-on-4 with double B. Magic coming in on a late heaven rotate, but it is all too late to retake as Vitality, a pistol on top of a 13-2 half, brutal scenes, and no reason why they would stop, slow down, or give any room to Astralis. 14-2, and this could be the quickest map yet. Last time Astralis played Vitality on Nuke, Astralis won 16-4. I was back at DreamHack Open Fall. Well, how the tables have turned. Triple Mac, AK Galil, we've got a force for Astralis. They don't even have the choice. They have to buy here. They did save some armor, so that makes helmets a little bit cheaper. They've got the scout on Device, but Vitality, no stopping, no slowdown, full commit into A. They're speeding out the door.
And they melt these players in the site. For Astralis, you're already looking at saving. Now, there's a lot of damage done. Bobski's trying to capitalize, and he will come in with a double. He's turned this into the 2v2, but Apex just chasing him down, keeps this in favor of Team Vitality. 15 gonna go Vitality's way unless Glaive can channel his inner Zipex, right? Can try and bail Astralis out of this one. Out through heaven, flash down, and hit him right beneath him. Hidden right under Glaive's nose is the IGL on the other side, but it doesn't matter because Shox is going to snipe him down beforehand. Vitality onto 15. And this is a statement, man. This is unreal. I was not cut out for this. This is not how you imagined today was going to go, right? Even though I think a lot of people were looking at Vitality as the favorites. This has the potential now, just to put this in context, to be the most dominant map played here at the IEM Global Challenge. And it's in Vitality versus Astralis, the old best in the world versus the new best in the world.
Current #1 v current #2, like that's unbelievable if they can do it, but only 1 round away, 4 kills make that. Apex picking up Glaive. Device has dropped B with Dupree.
If they do this, right, because thus far, Vitality also hold the record for the most dominant game here. It's 16-3 versus Complexity. Yep. They might be about to make that look like nothing by beating Astralis in this incredibly dominant fashion. If there was ever a way to make a statement, this is how you do it. They're sat in the 5-on-4. They don't want to let Astralis have any hope. They don't want to let them tie up with that incredible game versus Cole that Vitality had. They want to embarrass the Danes, and that's what they're on track to do. They're playing this round nice and slow. They want to seal the deal. They want to crunch the neck of Astralis. Look at this position, man. Shox is absolutely disgusting, just waiting above Secret. In case anyone gets curious, anyone goes looking. They're into B. Astralis already a man down, now have to retake this site, and thus far, there's only 1 player here in the first place, and that's Dupree.
There were 2, they moved them both back up, only to get Dupree back down. Astralis scrambling, they don't know where this one's ending up, they don't know what's going on. 5v4, Dupree might want to have to call for some rotations, but he's only seen Shoxy. There's Zywoo spotted as well, but Nivera on the flank from the ramp finds him inside of the door. It is done, surely. There's no way back in. Device might be able to catch Shoxy, looking the wrong way. Shox the master of the L-bend, and it's a 5-on-2 with the bomb planted to close the first map.
Nivera here, trying to be the man to close it. But it's going to be Apex to seal the deal. Vitality 16-2 Astralis on Astralis